Taking deep breaths when you're feeling triggered as a mom and it's literally not doing anything for you? Let me tell you why. To moms all the time, specifically toddler moms or moms with little kids like 5 and under, and we talk about emotional regulation, not being triggered, not yelling, not snapping, being a calmer, more regulated mom. And I'm always like, what are you doing? And they tell me, I'm taking deep breaths in the moment when I feel frustrated or angry, and it doesn't help. And I'm like, yeah, because let me give you a metaphor here. Think about it like this. If you were going to run a marathon, would you show up the day of the marathon having done no training, no workouts, no eating well? You've been eating chocolate chips and drinking iced coffee. You've never run more than 2 miles a day in your life, and you show up to that marathon and you're ready to go and you think you're going to actually finish it? Or would that be absolutely crazy? Be like, what the hell, Cassie? I would literally never do that. That makes no sense. That's kind of what I think about when I hear and talk to moms who are like, I'm trying to take deep breaths in the moment to regulate myself, but it's not working. Yeah, because you're in the thick of the moment when your nervous system is literally turned on. Your brain has moved from like your thinking logical brain into your amygdala, which is like your emotion alarm center survival state brain. Triggers are firing in your body and you're trying to take one deep breath and see if that works with no training, no practice, no prep. Like, it's going to be so hard to do that. And I was in that spot for so long too, where I kept snapping at my 2-year-old and I was like, what the hell is happening? And then I felt horrible all night and I felt like the worst mom ever because I didn't want to be the mom who was like yelling and snapping at my kid. But then the cycle repeats because you can't regulate yourself. You can, but it's very, very difficult to regulate yourself in the heat of the moment if you've done no practice prior. The thing that will absolutely change this for you, you guys, is when you start to practice regulating your nervous system. You spend 5 minutes a day, every single day, teaching your nervous system like, hey, this is not a life or death situation. Hey, here's how to regulate and calm down. Hey, we're safe and everything is okay and this is not an emergency and you can like chill out a little bit. You practice making your nervous system more flexible. You make it stronger the same way you would make your muscles stronger by running every few days, doing 1 mile, then 5 miles, then 10 miles to prep for your marathon. That's how in the moment you get to the moment and then you can take some deep breaths and you regulate yourself quickly like I can most of the time now because I've prepped, because I've warmed up my nervous system, because I've done all this work prior to that moment. It doesn't have to look fancy. It doesn't have to look complicated. It can literally be like jumping around and shaking for 5 minutes, holding ice on your hand for a few minutes, taking a bunch of deep breaths for 3 minutes while you're like in the carpool lane before you drop your kid off or while you're waiting for your coffee to make in the morning. But you have to practice. You have to start prepping your body to handle these triggers, to feel angry, to feel frustrated, to feel rage and manage it in a healthy way because those emotions are going to come up when you're a mom, especially when you're an overstimulated, tired little kid mom, right? Like I am fully there with you, you guys. I have 3 kids who are 5, 3, and 1. I am fully in it with you. Then your body's ready because you've practiced. And then in the moment, it's much easier to regulate yourself back down. This is literally what we teach, me and Dr. Emma, who is a fellow friend, a mom, and a clinical psychologist in the Calm Mom Playbook, is how to do this, how to prep your body, what to do every day, how to start to notice your triggers and teach your body not to go into this like fight or flight alarm mode, because that's what's going to actually shift how you show up in the tricky moments.